Well, good morning, my stitchy friends. Oh, let me turn this music off here. There we go. There we go. Thanks for joining me today. I know it's been a little while. Things have just been a little busy, but we're here today to do a stitch along. And today I thought we'd work on Fred. So compared to what was on the opening page, we made quite a bit of progress. I finished off the best part of this glove and a lot of his arm. So right now we are, let me check, 55.4% finished. Yahoo! We still have 34,000 stitches to do though, but we shall get there. We will get there. What I have decided that I'm going to do, and what I have been doing for the most part this week, is I'm doing at least 200 stitches on Fred. Now let me zoom you in here. Okay, good. Okay. So I can, that'll be good. Okay. And that, well, I'll tell you this in a minute, but I'm doing 200 stitches on Fred, and then I'm doing 200 stitches on Adam's stocking because that's Heaven and Earth Design Snowman. Let me show you where I'm at on that. This honestly is a lot. The top here is a lot of solid stitching. So if I do my confetti stitching during the day, all of this solid stitching on the top of Snowman, let me see if I think I have a picture of it in here that I can put up for you. Yeah. Okay, where did he go? Where did he go? Hold the phone. Okay. Oh, wait. Whoops. I lost him. I think I have to move him up. Or do I have to move him down? Oh, good Lord. Hold on. See, technical difficulties again. No, it should be showing up on top. Video. Where did he go? Where did he go? Snowman. There he is. Okay, this is Adam's sampler, or stocking. And yeah, so up across the top, I'm up here in the upper right-hand corner is what I'm stitching. And that is all just like 2 shades of blue. So it's nice, fast stitching in the evening when you're getting tired and your eyes are getting tired, and I can just stitch away. So I'm alternating at least 200 stitches on this and at least 200 stitches on Frosty. And that's making for a nice, it's pleasurable stitching. I find I'm not getting tired of either one of them. And really my goal is to get these 2 finished for Christmas this year. because, yeah, because I'm getting tired of having them hang around. And I really want to work on my God Shed His Grace and my autumn church. So I need these out of the way. Out of the way. So we're working on it. Now you say, what are you, Karen, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I started, rather than stick and stab, I started sewing. And honestly, I was always a stick and stab girl. Always. I always had it in a hoop. Well, I still have it in a hoop or a Q-snap, but I always was sticking and stabbing. And I thought my exes got nicer that way. Well, all of this in here, I've done using the sewing method. All of this over here was sticking and stabbing. And I really can't see a lot of difference. Now, I cannot hold it in my hand and do it, but I can put it in this small hoop so that I have it, I have something to hang on to. And I can sew quite nicely. Now, there are times where I will stick and stab, like here where there's a stitch in between. And that's another thing I'm doing differently. When I can, I'm not doing 1X at a time. Maybe I could get you in here just a little bit closer. There we go. I'm not doing 1X at a time. I am kind of going across the row and then coming back and crossing them. And I'm basically stitching cross country within the area. Is pretty much what I'm doing. Like here, I will stick and stab so that I can get over to these 4. And when I'm not doing this in front of people, it goes a lot faster. But I found that I got to move the hoop over a little bit. It takes no time at all to do my 200 stitches or more. The other thing I found is my thumb's been bothering me again. However, when I'm stitching this way, it doesn't bother me as much. I don't know why. You would think, I'm going to go up here and complete these. You would think it would bother me more. But for some reason, it's not. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Okay, I kind of loosed my place here. All right. Mark them off, Karen, before you get totally lost. I did those 2. I did that. Oh, this is what's throwing me off. Full chart. There we go. There we go. I'm using markup again, as you see. And I really am enjoying this app because, well, for many reasons. I find it easier to use. For myself, and maybe it's because I've been using it a while, but I'm finding it easier. I can now see the whole chart instead of just pages. So that makes me happy. I have all my statistics. I don't have to keep a separate book. That makes me happy. Because if I forget, I still do write it down so that I can put it in the computer. And, well, it does do a tally now that I think about it. It does a tally per project, but it doesn't do an overall, like if I've worked on, say, 5 projects that month, it doesn't tell me the grand total of stitches with all of those 5 projects. So I would have to add them separately myself. So I do write them down and I put them in a spreadsheet just to get grand totals. So, but it takes no time, virtually no time, to get 200 stitches. And I do rather enjoy sewing because it is, as you see, oops, sorry, I got out of frame there, quite a bit faster. I'm trying very hard to stay so that you can see it. I really should maybe try and turn this light down a little bit. There, now you can see the colors a little bit better. I'm working in rather light colors at the moment, so I'm sure they're a little bit hard to see. But yeah, that's something different for me. Well, you all know, I have tried just about every method there is to stitch. I mean, I've done diagonal. I did how many videos on diagonal? Quite a few. I've done columns. I've done cross country. I did try a little bit of extreme cross country, but I couldn't quite get into that. I do enjoy, and that's kind of what I'm doing here now, is cross country just within a given area and color completing. I even, Allison, I'm sorry, I tried it again and I just can't. Royal Rose, I just can't do all those hanging threads. They just are making me a little crazy. So my really, I think with all of that, I've learned quite a bit that the most enjoyable way for me to stitch is color completion within an area and don't have any parking or hanging threads. And in all honesty, right now, sewing like this is extremely enjoyable. And I think my stitches are still, if I have it in the hoop and that helps me handle my fabric, I can get a better tension overall with my stitches, because that was always my problem with just stitching in hand and just hanging on to the fabric. I wasn't able to get an even tension that way. But if I put it in the hoop and stitch like I am at this given moment, for the most part, with the exception of, well, there's one that's a little hefty, but sometimes that's because, did you ever notice with DMC lately, and it's been lately for a while, every now and again you get this little fluff on the strand, and I think that's where they joined pieces together, I think. But every now and again I come across that, and I try really hard to get that to be on the back, but it ends up sometimes on the front. Okay, here. I don't have my cheater glasses on. And then it gets a little poofy in there, but overall, I'm happy with this. Until the next thing comes along and I go, squirrel, squirrel, I gotta try that. I'm really quite content to stitch the, oops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to come up next to it. I'm really quite content to stitch in this manner. Sorry if I'm making you a little seasick by bouncing around here. I'm trying to keep it in the camera so you can see. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at these days. I have to say, I think I have finally settled on my niche. And you know, for years and years and years and years and then years, I was always a cross-country stitcher. Always. It was always follow the color, put a color in your needle, follow the color. When you've gotten to, completed the area that you were intending to stitch in, well, then go back and get another color and stitch that one and follow the color. And that has always, always been my preferred method, always. So I think by just going back and stitching that way and not feeling like, oh, you got to try this, you got to try that, you got to try this. This method right here is the way I'm meant to stitch and will give me the most enjoyment, because that really is what it's all about. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at these days. I've kind of come to the conclusion of, Karen, you just need to stop. You need to stop stitching all those other ways and not being happy. You just need to stop. So that's what we're doing. At least for this week till the next squirrel runs by. And believe me, there probably will be one, because we all know that if something new comes along or different comes along, Karen has to try it. It's just the way it is. So I hope all of you are stitching along with me today and getting some stitching done. We have a gorgeous day here in Pennsylvania today. It's beautiful outside. Now, I have not been out, so I really can't tell you how cold it is, but I can tell you the wind is just not quitting. It is a typical March day, coming in like a lion. Yeah, in like a lion, out like a lamb, or is it the other way around? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. I probably have it backwards, which is always the case with me. So, yeah, but it's sunny. It's windy. I haven't been out, so I can't tell you how cold it is, but I can tell you it's sunny and windy. This one. So this is probably the most stitching I got done on a video in a long, long time. Because usually on my live streams, I don't get much done. And that's kind of why I think I'm choosing to probably do more pre-recorded than live. Now, I did have someone ask me, because they missed my last live, of how will they know? If you are a subscriber. So first of all, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And okay. If you're not, do subscribe. And if you click the bell to get notifications, you will get notified when I go live. For advanced notice, if you're subscribed, it's best to subscribe. And if you're subscribed, I usually post like an up and coming live at such and such a time on such and such a day. So that would, if you, at the bottom of your YouTube page, you can look at your subscribers, and it would be in that feed, you would see the notice that there is a live coming on such and such a day at such and such a time. And normally I will post that there is an up and coming live session a few days ahead of time. So it should show up in your feed that there will be a live, and then what you can do is mark it that you want notified when that live starts. And then you'll get a message that, hey, NeedleBugg just went live. So that is the best way, and I think the easiest way to know that, hey, there's a live session in progress. Yeah, but if you are a subscriber and you ticked the bell to be notified, you will get notification when I go live, and it should come up on your feed ahead of time that there will be a live stream on such and such a date. If you're not a subscriber, you won't get those messages. And if you're not a subscriber and you don't have the notification bell clicked, you're not going to get those messages. So if you want to be notified, that's what you would need to do in order to oh, these scissors are terrible. I don't know why I ever bought them. It's a pair of DMC scissors, and they don't cut. They're junk. Sorry, DMC, but they don't cut. And we all know we like good scissors. Yes, the person who has so many pairs of scissors that, yeah, I should have a display case for them all so I can put them out, because I have some fancy schmancy ones and some everyday nice ones, and yeah. So let's see what has been going on. Just general busyness. I had some dentist appointments. I'm finally getting the oral surgeon has released me and says everything is healed, fine, wonderful, and dandy. So I'm getting my crown made for my implant. So I had appointments for that. First of all, to get released, and then secondly, to go to my regular dentist and have the molds done to have the crown made. So there was appointments. Then it's the normal, have to go for groceries. We had Emmy, my granddaughter, her birthday party. Then it was my husband's birthday. So we spent time with my daughter and her family for my husband's birthday. The car had to be inspected. So there was another day gone. I wanted to do a video last week, but then the people came to install the dishwasher because my dishwasher went to Fluey, and I had to buy a new dishwasher. So till that was installed, it was too noisy to do a video. Then there was a leak in the pipe in the cellar where the pipes came off of the main water, whatever it's called. So they were here yesterday to fix that. I said to my husband, now I hope we are done with large expense things for a while. Because my. Talk about being the middleman. All you do is take money from here and give it out to here. Yeah, so it's been a little exciting. And then, of course, it's been raining here. We've had more rain than we had snow. So, okay, I did this. We had water in the basement. Fortunately, though, the pumps could keep up. And at first, it was hard to tell was the water in the basement because of the water table being high and it coming in that way, or was it the water leaking out of the main? So it's just been one thing after another. So that's been kind of the story of our lives the past 2 weeks. So it was a bit crazy, and in all honesty, with all that going on, it was like, okay, I don't know that I can quite wrap my head around doing a video. So I kind of didn't. So my apologies, and thanks for hanging out there with me. Which, by the way, if you're new here, which I should have said this in the very beginning, if you're new here, welcome. And I'm glad you're giving this channel a chance. My name is Karen. And this really is a channel that is primarily about cross stitch and other types of needlework. And the type of needlework being the kind of work that's done with a one-eyed needle. That's what you'll find here. So it's counted cross stitch, it's hard hanger, and anything else that I might decide to give a whirl. Hard hanger stitch along, in honesty, guys, I haven't. Let me finish what I was talking about. See how the mind just loose associations. So if you are new here, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for giving the channel a chance. And I hope you see some things here that you like and will come back. For those of you that have been around for a while and are my faithful returning people, thanks so much for putting up with my craziness. Because some days, that's just what you get, a whole lot of crazy. A whole lot of, oh my God, what's she up to now? What nonsense is this? Okay, that's down here. I think I did all of those. Yeah. But I do appreciate each and every one of you and love the fact that you stop by to have a chat with me, prop your feet up, listen to my rambling most times about pretty much nothing. But you know what? It is what it is. And we're just all about needlework. Now, I'll tell you what I am going to try for any of you that are interested. It just came yesterday, and unfortunately, I ordered the wrong fabric. I thought I ordered 36 count Edinburgh linen, but it ended up that I ordered 40 count Newcastle, which is okay because I will use that. But I want to do some hard hanger on linen and use linen thread. That is the early style hardanger. Yvette Stanton has a book out. Let me grab it. Hold on a sec. Be right back. I thought it was in there. Hold on. Oh, where did I put it? Oh, good Lord. I don't want my chair to slip away. There it goes. Clean up and then you can't find anything. I operate under organized disorganization. But Yvette has this book, Early Style Hardanger. And it is the traditional way of doing hardanger. Norwegian whitework is what hardanger really is. Okay. So it's done traditionally on linen with linen thread. And it's gorgeous. And some of the stitches are, here we go, a bit different than what we do today in hardanger. So I decided I wanted to give this a try on linen with linen thread. Now, I have some 36 count linen, so I can use that, but I am going to also try it on the 40 count. We talked to Yvette in the wee hours of the morning this morning, which was probably late in the afternoon for her. And I'm getting some, to do the 40 count, I need the thinnest linen thread. So I've ordered some of that from her. Actually, I ordered 3 weights of linen thread, the 50/3, the 80/3, and the 100/3. So between those 3 weights, I should be able to do what I'd like to do with that. But yeah, I really want to give it a try. And I really want to do it the old way, because I know how to do it pretty much the new way, or the way we do now. But I don't know how to do it. Well, I guess I do, but I don't know how to do it the old way. But I really want to give that a shot. Yeah. So you'll find that here. We're doing a stitch along in hardanger for those of you that might be interested in that. But I guess the point I want to make here is so many people think that you need to do hardanger embroidery on 22 count hardanger fabric. And that is not the case. That is not what traditional hardanger was ever done on. I don't even believe they had 22 count hardanger fabric at that point in time. Or the original traditional Norwegian hardanger embroidery was done on fine linen with linen thread. And I believe, if I remember correctly, and Yvette, if you watch this, please correct me if I'm wrong. It can be done on even up to 60 count fabric. 60 count linen. But they used the very, very fine linen, very fine linen thread. And that is what makes it, the intent is that it should look like lace. And that is what, by doing it on the fine fabric with the fine thread, is what gives it the lace effect. I mean, you've all heard me say in the past about stitching on 22 count. You use not 5 and 8. Well, you can use 5 and 8, but a lot of people use 3 and 5. And that is so bulky. I don't like that bulky look. I like a more delicate, fine look. So I'm going to give Yvette a shameless plug here. And this book, Early Style Hardanger, by Yvette Stanton, is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful book. And if you are a person that loves hardanger, pre-order her book. There is a new book coming out fall, somewhere around fall, filled with hardanger filling stitches. If I remember correctly, it's going to be like 200 pages. It's going to be like it's a dictionary of all the filling stitches that can be done on a piece of hardanger with step-by-step instructions, just like this. She is fantastic. So if that's your interest, please go to her website. Just Google Yvette Stanton. Her website will be one of the first, top of the list. Go there, pre-order it, or pre-order it from your local needle workshop, because it is going to be a fantastic book. So far, the books I had of hers are absolutely out of this world wonderful. So, yeah. But that's something that I am going to try. I just got my, 40 count, but I think I have a piece of 36 count linen laying around here somewhere. And I just got some linen thread. So my plan, I know, it's the squirrel. Did you see him go by? He went. My plan is to do some hardanger in between doing my stockings. So if I do 200 stitches a day, do you think I can get them both done till the end of the year? Do you think? In time for Christmas? And still do some other things on the side? I don't know. We're going to try. We're certainly going to try. But now the other thing that I did, I have to show you this. This is so darn cute. I have my little cart here, which you probably can't see, but you've probably seen it before. I have a little cart here that I have my little wooden trays in that have my floss in for what I'm stitching. Can I swing you around so you can see it? A little more, a little more. There it is. Okay. That's my little stitchy cart. Just a glimpse. Okay, sorry if I made you seasick. But all my threads there. I have a little trash bin. I have my medicine that I always forget to take in the middle of the day. And projects that I'm working on are hanging on the side in a project bag. And yeah, everything is right here on this little tray. However, I didn't have a place to put extra needles or my scissors or, little things that you need. So I made, get this, I made a needle book. Okay. So you open it up. Now these things are kind of falling out because they don't really belong in there yet. I just have them stuck there. But I have a little pocket here that I can put some things in. And this is just material that backs. In between here, I have some very thin quilt batting to give it a little body. So this is, I could stick my floss in here if I'm just working on a single color. So that will hold something. I have a little thing here for scissors. My snag nabbit is sticking right there so that it's handy, because what I'm going to use most is the scissors and the snag nabbit. Now I have to figure out another way, and I didn't have any ribbon, but I'll have to get something. I took a length of pearl cotton and stitched it in behind here so that it would come up, and I can, let me see if I can find it. There it is. Okay. I want to replace that with some ribbon, but the idea would be to come through the scissors, and then I want to put a button down here, and this would wrap around the button that your scissors wouldn't fall out. It would hold them in place. So that's to be finished and fixed. Okay. But in the meantime, this just stands up on my cart, so my scissors aren't going anywhere. Then the back of this page is more snag nabbits. These are my ballpoint. Magnet. Ooh. These are my ballpoint needles. And this is a piece of wool felt on this side. And this is just a regular piece of fabric on the other side. Okay. So these are my extra snag nabbits. And I thought I was losing them, and I don't know, was cleaning out something and found a whole bunch of them and went, oh, okay. So let's put them all together here. So my ballpoint needles and my snag nabbits, and these are needles that I have already started using and were in different projects, and I thought, well, that's crazy. So these are probably mostly size 26 needles, and some of them are Pat's needle. Most of them are Bohin needles. So they are there, and I certainly can add more, but I need to use these up first. Some of them were used for a day or two. Some of them, yeah, none of them are terrible bad yet, but we'll go through those. Then I have another pocket in the back that has my little, this is a Lori Holt product. It's called an unstitcher. So it just, you take the lid off. It's just like a needle on something that you can, it's easier to unstitch with this than to use your needle, because how many of you have done this? I have done it more often than I can count, where you use your regular tapestry needle, you unpick that leg of the stitch, and when you do this part, it goes flying. Well, that really doesn't happen because you have something more solid to hold on to. So, yeah, an unstitcher from Fat Quarter Shop, Lori Holt, and it really was not that expensive. In fact, I might get myself a couple more just because I'm prone to losing things or not knowing what I did with it. And then I found these little, let me hold it on here, these little needle threaders, and they have this really, really, really fine little hook. There you can see it. And they are great if you can't get your ballpoint needle threaded, because this is small enough to get through that eye and pull the thread through. So I have a place for needle threader. I have a place for my unstitcher. And then again, anything else that I want to put in here. And I may at some point or another, depending on what I find that I want handy, add another page. And like I said, this is just wool felt on, and the other side is just plain fabric. And your pockets are, you can decorate this however you want. If you're into junk journaling, which some people are, you can make a junk NeedleBugg and put embellishments on here, or flowers or lace or whatever. I just started out, because I have not done this before and it's something new. I just started out with a plain Jane, and mainly because I wanted something right away to control my scissors rather than be, okay, I'm not going to tell you how many times they have fallen on the floor. I'm not telling you because it happens. But yes, that was my other project this week. And I thought, ain't it too darn cute? But I need to figure out something yet to control the scissors so they don't slide out. And yeah. But I thought, oh, what a nice idea. And it's all right here on my little cart that I push back and forth between over here in the porch and the living room, because now this will go over, this whole cart will go over into the living room with me this evening to stitch over there when my husband and I are watching TV. So fun time is had by all. So that was my other project. I don't know, I'm toying with the idea of making one that's a bit bigger, so that maybe I can put some other of the tools that I use in it. Like, for example, this guy. I use this when I have to frog, because this end is awesome for getting out all those little leftover bits. It's terrific. So I'd want to put that in there. I'd want to put my chalk pencil in there. So I may make one that's a little bit bigger so that I can also include these things. Because then when I go to a retreat or a stitching day, everything is all in my little book, and I don't have to carry a whole lot of extra. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So that could be one of my next projects, which in turn cuts into my stitching time. But you know what? Have fun. It's all about having fun and enjoying what you do. So, do what makes you happy. And that being said, I have one more thing I want to say today. One more thing about doing what makes you happy, not everybody else. Don't worry about everybody else. There's been, I guess what brought it up again for me, and it's something that I usually speak about occasionally, is people that aren't nice and making negative comments. And what brought it to mind for me again is there is a very well-known floss tuber who was getting negative comments and started out a video with apologizing for mistakes that she made as far as what she referenced. And they were things that, what did it matter? What did it matter? It didn't. But there were people who just made a big do of it. And what comes to my mind is, I don't know how all of you were taught, but I was taught if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Just scroll on by. Too many people out there have become keyboard warriors. And too many people out there say things behind a keyboard that really are not kind, but they are hiding behind a keyboard. I always say, before you type something and post it, if you need to type it and then delete it to get it out of your system, do that. But before you hit that send or enter or whatever that you need to do to post it, stop and ask yourself, would I say this to that person if I was standing face to face? And chances are you probably wouldn't, unless it is your nature to be outright mean. People, we need to be kind. We need to be encouraging. We need to be supportive. That's what this craft is all about. That's why a lot of us do floss tube, so that we can be positive and encouraging and support a lot of people and help people that need to know how to do things. I mean, that's really what my channel is primarily all about, is how do I do this, or how do I do that? Or, just come and sit with me and stitch for a while. Do you have to like what I do? No. If you don't like what I do, you have several options. You can scroll on by. You can unsubscribe. You cannot subscribe at all, but you don't necessarily have to make negative comments to anybody. And I'm just using myself as an example, but you don't have to sit there and be negative. There is enough negativity and what have you in this world today that we don't need to bring it into this community. So think about that. Think about, am I saying this because I'm safe sitting behind a keyboard and no one knows me, so what does it matter what I say? I can say anything I want because nobody knows me. Well, technically we don't. However, there are people in this community that I know just as if they were right here with me. And we have become very good friends, or internet friends. So think about those things. Think about, would you want someone to say those things to you? And how would you feel? I felt very, very bad for this person. And you know what I told her? I left her a message. And I said, you know what? Do what I do. I get comments sometimes that are not always the nicest, or maybe my interpretation of them makes them come across as not the nicest. And I'm welcome constructive criticism, but keep it constructive. But if it's not, probably all you're going to get from me is a message back that says, noted. That's all you're going to get. And I said to her, do the same thing. Just put noted. You don't need to go on and apologize to anybody. None of us are above making a mistake. None of us are above misspeaking. We all do it at one time or another. Is it the hill you're going to die on? No. No. Is it worth making a big to-do about? No. So my advice to her was just comment noted and move on. Let it roll. But that's my spiel about that. Seems to me I always have a soapbox issue. But that's my soapbox where that's concerned. Because I do think this world needs people to be kinder, to be more forgiving, to be more encouraging and supportive of each other. So I hope that is what you find here. I hope, if you have questions, you certainly can message me and I will try and help you with whatever your question is. You don't know how to do something with needlework. Okay, ask me a question. I will try and help you. I will give you encouragement. I will give you support. I don't know that I have intentionally been negative to people. That's not my nature. I don't normally do that unless it's a moment of frustration. But then I will usually say, you know what, I'm sorry, that just wasn't, it's not me. So be kind, be supportive. Don't be a keyboard warrior. Please. Please. So that's my little spiel about that. And like I said, it just came to mind because it happened to a fellow floss tuber, and I really, really felt bad for her. And the things that she was apologizing for were things that she never should have had to do that. Now, I do know that she did edit that video. So if you go to look for it, you're not going to find it because it's not there anymore. The video has been edited. So it's a done deal. It's over. It's done, what have you. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm done. I'm done. So with that, my friends, we're looking at a little bit over an hour, and I do try and keep these that they're not so terribly long. So with that, it's Hump Day, Wednesday. I hope that you have a great, wonderful, I'm going to move this out of the way here. I'm going to go back to here. How's that? All right, there we go. I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your week. Enjoy your stitching time. Have fun. Try something new or do something old. Whatever makes you happy. Stitching needs to be whatever makes you happy. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't let other people tell you, oh my God, that's wrong. Or, oh my God, you can't do that. Yes, you can. You can do whatever makes you happy. There are no rules. No matter what you think, no matter how many people try to tell you, oh, this is, you can't do it that way. You have to do it this way. No, there are no rules. Do it your way. So with that, my friends, I am going to bid you farewell. Have a great, wonderful rest of your week. Have a great weekend. We're going to have yucky weather on the weekend again. I don't know. During the week is halfway decent or is actually pretty nice. Weekend comes and our weather gets really crappy. Those of you that are in all that snow and all that, oh, my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. What can I say? Yeah. I hope that you get what you need. Those people that are snowed in and whatever in other states that have had humongous amounts of snow. We've been fortunate here. We have had maybe a very, very slight dusting, and the rest has all been rain. I don't know what snow looks like this year. So with that, my dear friends, take care. Remember, there are no rules in cross stitch. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.